We'll leave it to the episode dead center of the season to just have so many reveals in it. So many reveals. I'm telling you, you can make 2 episodes with the reveals that are in this one. All of a sudden, episode 5, 5 more to go, and things are just nuts. Oh my goodness. We start with this girl whose name is Chloe, this girl with the colored hair that we saw in the last episode. Now we do have the fact that Kurt is revealed as the main villain, so that's established right away. This girl is put in the same room as the other one was, with the camera, with the quote that says, "You're already dead" or whatnot. I didn't know if it was going to be Kurt. I didn't know if they were going to spin it around and make it where Kurt is the one who kidnaps the girls and then it's somebody else killing them. But we do see in this episode that it is Kurt killing the girls as well. Harrison goes to a party in celebration of being the hero of the town and of the school, like he was in the last episode. And this party is really messed up because it's all the kids that were on this kill list of Ethan's, and they're celebrating, being alive and not being shot to death, I guess. But these kids are fucked up, man. Like, and the way they treat Harrison too. Like I wrote down here, is this realistic? The way they're praising him. I mean, you have one girl at the party who gives Harrison a knife and asks him to carve a letter H on her ankle so that she can remember him forever. Like, they're treating this kid like freaking God, because it's just weird. It's just weird and like worship ish. It's just I. It's really weird the way that people are like worshiping Harrison as way more than a hero, but like actually some kind of you know philosopher. Just the way it's done and everything. But he ODs, and then we have Dexter going into, again, skipping the whole code thing and just going into vengeance mode. I like how his sister Deb mentions that too, that Dexter is like, she says like, this is all about fucking vengeance. It has absolutely nothing to do with any codes or any planning or anything like that. And again, Dexter's very clumsy, especially in the scene where he's about to drug Miles in the trunk of the car when he's getting the drugs and whatnot, and he puts the needle in. And then Logan shows up, and he starts beating the shit out of Miles to make it seem like he just ran into him and recognized him, and But I'm wondering, did he get any of that injection into Miles? Because if he did, obviously the police are going to find that and start asking questions like, why the hell was Dexter carrying a needle around with ketamine or whatever that drug is that they use on the animals that he got? But I wonder about that. Even though you can tell Logan has absolutely no respect or care for Miles's character being a drug dealer that he is. But still, like, again, Dexter is just being really clumsy with everything, and it's he's just all over the place. He really is losing it at the end of the episode too, when he's got not Miles but the other guy Jasper on the table. He says, "I'm a great fucking dad," and the thing is, he's just not, because this whole season so far, Dexter has literally been the worst dad he could possibly be, and it's not even his fault because he's not prepared to be a dad. So you can't really look at him as if he probably knows he's not, but he has this ego to him, and he really, maybe it's because of Deb's visions too, and Deb is always putting him down and telling him that he's a useless father and he should be like avoiding Harrison at all costs. He wants to like try his best to be the best dad ever and dad of the year, but he's just not, and he's failing every time. But yeah, his relationship with Harrison is just absolutely horrendous. And then we get the best part. Again, I avoid spoilers for these reasons because I love being surprised with this shit. Batista's return is awesome. I was like, wow, what a surprise. I love it. And what's going on with Allison and her finding out when she has the drink with Batista. He's like, mentions Deb's brother. He doesn't even mention by name, but even if he did, even if he said Dexter Morgan, she knows him as Jim whatever. But then he comes back and he's like, oh yeah, his son was named Harrison. That's one clue on Allison. And Allison's a smart woman, so the fact that like she doesn't need too many clues to start suspecting and searching for Dexter, and then she gets another one from her daughter Audrey, who heard Harrison say something weird just before he passed out from ODing, and now she knows that. Well, doesn't know, but Harrison told Audrey that his dad's name isn't even Jim, so this is causing even more suspicion. So by now, right at the last frame of the episode, when she prints out that news article showing Jim's face, Dexter Morgan, and showing his face right there, man, the next episode could go 100 million different ways. It's absolutely nuts. I liked this scene, and this is very typical for Dexter villains, when Kurt walked into the bar and he starts playing that song Runaway, which that's an awesome song, by the way. But you can see the ritual now coming out of Kurt. Like, obviously Kurt uses this track. Obviously Kurt is recreating his kill styles and whatever memories and rage he has repressed, and he's had repressed for years, obviously. But all the Dexter villains always seem to have these rituals that they go forth with, and patterns kind of thing. And now we're seeing Kurt's pattern. And one of the things that he didn't really talk about, I don't think, is with the first girl, he was draining her blood or giving her a blood transfusion, but they brushed quickly over that and they didn't explain it too much. But obviously he had a ritual with blood, which he didn't get with this Chloe girl. And another thing I loved about Chloe, she played her wits really well. Like, she played the game right back, and I liked what she was doing with all the reverse psychology, because she was obviously very smart and made a hell of an attempt to get away. Unfortunately, didn't, and got shot right through the face. But you know, she gave it her all, and she was a very, very smart girl, and I liked all the reverse psychology, and I liked how she really played the game right back to Kurt. So all of that was really, really nice, and having Batista back, and I'm quite guaranteed he's gonna come back for future episodes. I cannot even guess if he comes in contact with Dexter, what's gonna happen. I mean, they can take that in such beautiful directions, because I just want to see Batista, not that I want to, because it would just, obviously Dexter's going nowhere if this happens, but if Batista, I just want to see the look on Batista's face if he sees Dexter, you know, still alive, dating Allison. He knows Allison has a boyfriend. It ends up being Dexter Morgan. Man, like, oh, we've hit the intensity. We've hit the intensity really, really freaking good. Episode 5 is a doozy for like a mid-season episode. Done perfectly well, raising so many questions and starting so many things amazingly. And I wonder a little bit what Kurt's intentions with Harrison are too, because he only targets young women. He's not really going to target Harrison as a victim. At least I would be surprised if he did. But he wouldn't hesitate to use Harrison for something, especially if he knows more than we think he does about Dexter. Then yeah, he would definitely manipulate Harrison and use him to the best he can, kind of thing. What a fucking good episode, man. Episode 5 was so good, and they just threw so much at you. I'm absolutely loving it. I will say I'm a little bit mixed on my feelings towards Logan's character, but it is mostly for the positive and for the good. I think he's a tough, hard-as-nails cop. I didn't appreciate too much how Dexter mouthed off to him. I also don't approve of Dexter killing somebody over drugs. I don't think that's... again, he's purely doing it for vengeance. This is established. This is established by Deb. But like, I don't think it's. I think it's a pretty extreme reason to go forth with his ways and strap somebody to a table and do everything that he usually does for people who murder and rape and everything else. I think a drug dealer is kind of a weak reason. And I mean, I'm not totally defending the guy. I mean, he is responsible for many deaths. I'm not saying he's doing anything that should be brushed aside, but for Dexter's ways, I think Dexter's targeting, and for Dexter's reasons, like, it's different when it's your own son being the victim. So we'll see where this goes. Once again, Dexter was very clever in faking an OD with Jasper. But he, again, close call, man. Dexter's not being too smart with his decision making, to say the least. But anyway, that's all I got. I cannot wait for episode 6. So watch along with me. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more. I'll be back with this season, and I'll be finishing up the season finale of Chucky as well, because I'm Canadian, and that season finale only comes out on Tuesday for me, so I'll be reviewing that. Unfortunately, I did land on some spoilers, because that's what happens with the internet, but not too many. Like, I clearly don't know how it's going to end, so I'm avoiding everything I can possibly avoid for that. Anyways, I'll be back with Dexter next week, and this is awesome. So stay tuned if you like, if you're interested. Till next time, cheers.